First things first, how'd you hear about this project?
Okay, so we were on a family reunion trip down to St. George, and we get emails from our agents, you know, every now and then about, hey, you've got this, in terms of submissions. And we're on this trip, and we get this email that it's a submission for a potential TV series, which is a big deal because most of the work we do is commercials. Very rarely do opportunities for film and TV shows come in. So we were like, oh my gosh, a TV series potentially. And they're like, yeah. And it's going to be about the restoration, about Joseph and Emma. They want you to audition for Joseph and Emma. And we were like, what? Oh my gosh. So we, you know, thankfully we always travel with our audition equipment because you never know when these things are going to go. So we like, you know, throw up all the audition stuff on the walls, get it fired up, and do our best to send the tapes. Just crossed our fingers, and then, you know, it's always a miracle that you end up being the one picked to do the thing. There are just far too many factors that are out of any individual's control that go into deciding who gets to be the one. So when we got the email back after we had a callback, you know, a Zoom callback with Ducon and the team, when we got the email that they wanted us to potentially sign on to be these characters, to do this, but then hopefully to get to do the series in the fall, we were just so grateful, and so excited.
Awesome. And have you worked with the actress playing Emma Smith before?
You know, I met her on Tinder the other day. And by met her on Tinder the other day, I mean, yes. We've been married for 13 years. We met at BYU in the musical theater program. I'd just come home from my mission, and we were both sophomores at the school, but freshmen in the program. We had all our classes together, and I was captivated pretty much right away. She had a missionary out. So, you know, there was no guarantee that anything went anywhere. And she had also sworn that she would never marry an artist, let alone an actor.
They're too dramatic.
I'm
enough drop. Don't need more.
But I must have been charming enough, maybe. Handsome enough, maybe.
You're the exception.
Deceptive enough is probably mostly what it was. But we dated all that year and got married, and one of the things out of the many that brought us together was a joint conviction and drive that we wanted to pursue careers in the arts for the sake of pursuing them to the highest professional spheres. We really felt pushed. And not just for the sake of, you know, being famous or getting to do these big things, but out of a deep desire to be able to become the types of people that God could use to do good things, you know, to tell amazing stories, to convey that kind of stuff. And so that really brought us together, that conviction. And then we were lucky enough to work in New York together, to do that professionally for a number of years. We've been really blessed to play opposite each other in quite a few stage productions, and we've recently changed to doing film, and we're so excited. This is our second opportunity to play opposite each other in a film setting. And so we're stoked.
Awesome. What are your thoughts on Joseph Smith now, having dived into the role a little bit?
So I'd always wondered, once I started acting in high school, whether or not that maybe the chance would come around for me to play Joseph, you know, being a tall, blonde, blue-eyed LDS actor kid, right?
There you are.
I thought, you know, I might be in that pool someday. So to have it happening is kind of a dream come true in a way, or a wondering come true. I'm excited to. It's like to play any character is fun. To play characters that actually existed is extra special, because there's so much you can research and look to try to understand about the individual. And I think the other cool thing is you have this responsibility almost, you feel, to try to not do what you want to do, but to try to do the individual justice in a sense, and try to portray them as accurately as you can. So the thing that I think I love most about Joseph, in terms of one of his primary descriptors, is this kid who was naturally jovial, naturally just sort of happy and easygoing, excited and maybe full of wonder and willing to believe in the unfathomable and the impossible. And I'm excited to get to maybe hopefully have the chance to experience some of what he felt as he went through the experiences of the restoration, to get to grapple with incredibly difficult circumstances with an attitude of optimism. And I think that's what I'm most excited about. And you always develop a special kinship with the characters that you play. And so it's going to be a really special opportunity to try to walk in his shoes, I think.
Awesome. Anything else you'd like to say to the camera?
Thank you. Thank you for anybody who's watching. Thanks for taking the time. And if you're one of the people considering supporting the project, Godspeed. Do it. The amazing thing about film and television projects is it's impossible to do it without the support of an army. I mean, it's like I train and I try to do my best to be prepared, but I don't get to do what I love to do and what I'm capable of doing without the support of people who have been highly successful in other ways. It's a symbiotic thing, and bless you, and thank you for any and all support that you give.